Our clinic provides the Salina community with a comprehensive spectrum of services delivered with compassion and sensitivity. We strive to create a partnership with our patients that promotes health and well-being in all phases of life. We care about our patients, we care about providing quality health care services, and we care about our community. Chances are you know many of us because Maori Clinic physicians live in Salina. We are coaches for youth sports teams and leaders for Boy Scouts and 4-H. We offer time, talent, and financial support to a variety of community events and charities. Our children attend school with your children. Our families attend worship services with your families. And we are proud to call Salina home. We have a vested interest in the success of this community, and we remain committed to an independent practice model that promotes our proud heritage and philosophy to provide quality medical care centered on the relationship between each patient and the physician of their choice. You have a choice for your medical care. Choose a doctor dedicated to the pursuit of excellence in healthcare services. Choose Maori Clinic.
On April 21st, I was told that I had cancer. I had my first chemo within 2 weeks of being diagnosed. It's hard to go do chemo, to go sit in that chair, but I did it. I think the nurses at Tammy Walker were great at keeping my feet on the ground, I guess, and not going insane. They have a person who is called the patient navigator. If you have any questions, she knows how to answer them. She makes you feel better. I feel it's very important for early detection. I feel that it saved my life. Tammy Walker was very, very good. Salina Regional was also very good. I wouldn't change anything about where I went. I wouldn't change any of that. It's great to actually just live life and making it the best that I can. Each day is a gift. I am cancer-free.
The friendly staff at Salina Sports Medicine and Orthopedic Clinic, located at 523 South Santa Fe, are always welcoming new patients to serve in the areas of sports medicine, total joint care, and more. You can contact the office at 785-823-7213 or toll free at 1-866-406-4141.
Hello folks, this is Stuart Haas with Salina Access TV Friday Night Football, week number 4 if I remember correctly. And I have Deb Shetler here. She is president of the Salina Central Booster Club, and we've been talking for a couple weeks about getting Deb on to answer some questions. Deb, can you tell me about the Booster Club and the PTO, what it does for Salina Central High School?
The PTO Booster Club at Salina Central is an organization of parents, friends of Central, alumni, and our main goal and purpose is to support and enhance the experience of the students, the faculty, the staff, and we focus on all of the students' experiences, social, academic, and athletic.
And in talking with your counterpart over at South, I found something out different. You have one group where South has different groups. They have one for band, one for choir, one for athletics, but you encompass everything, if I remember correctly.
That's correct. We are one group for all of the students.
All right, Deb, what type of activities are you involved in, not just this fall, but throughout the year?
Well, throughout the year we host activities that we hope will promote a sense of school pride and community and a welcoming feeling at Central. As an example, the PTO Booster Club just hosted a hot dog cookout following the homecoming parade this past Wednesday.
I would have been there for that.
Did you miss that? Yeah. Well, we served over 400 people, fans and players that were here for the homecoming parade and the pep rally. And earlier in the year, we had a big watermelon feed after the Gator Bowl. So we do a lot of things like that. We also provide volunteers for different activities throughout the year, like Picture Day and registration, teacher appreciation, teacher retirement, and then we support different clubs during the year.
Well, when there's usually free food involved, I don't really miss out, but it just dawned on me the reason I missed it. I had to drive my wife up to Kansas City for some training, so I missed out. But usually when there's a hot dog feed, no, I'm there.
Maybe next year.
And I would. I do support both schools. And what is your main function that you provide for Salina Central?
Our main function is fundraising. We do, throughout the year, we sponsor a lot of activities to raise money that we can give back to all the students at Salina Central. And last May, we allocated almost $13,000 to all of the groups of kids at Central.
That's fantastic. People don't realize that, and the reason why I had you coming on, and I'll be doing the South Booster. For years, boosters are always just sports only, and that has branched out and so different over the years, and because we have to fight for funds now. What are some of the fundraising activities that you like to do?
Well, during the summer, we host a golf tournament at the Muni. We have Stang Shop every home game for football where Mustang items and apparel are sold. We sell ads for our media guide, and the media guide's given out free to everyone that comes to the games. We do tailgate dinners, which you get a free dinner when you come. So we do tailgate dinners before all the home games. And we have a Mustang dinner auction that's coming up real soon.
Do you also host like the postseason dinners for the different teams, like the football team will have a dinner? Do you host those as well?
We do. Actually what we do is $2 per player for every banquet. We kind of offset their cost for those banquets that they have.
I know that with my stepson who graduated 06 from South, we went to a lot of those, and I saw a lot of the booster people there, so I figured that's what you had done. Now, how can Salina not only help you, but then help the kids and the athletes here at Central?
Sure. Well, for starters, the Booster Club PTO, we just enthusiastically and gratefully say thank you to all the people and businesses that have supported us in the past and those that will continue to support us through the future. And so thank you, thank you. And we also thank Access TV for helping us get our message out so that we can share what we do, because we can't do this alone. Our next major fundraising event is the dinner auction coming up on November 16th. And we need donated silent and live auction items to help make this night a success. We have tickets that are on sale for $10 a person, or we can have a reserved table of 8 for $100. And we would love to have more than 100 people attend this year. It's a really fun event with really good food, entertainment, and great auction items to bid on. And again, all the proceeds from this go to all the students at Central. And that's a specific way that Salina can help. But in general, we hope that you will continue to support all of Salina Central activities and USD 305. And when I say we can't do it alone, I really mean it. The Booster Club, our kind of tagline or motto is together we can do more. And the focus of Salina Central is every Mustang every year. So I like to put those together and say together we can do more for every Mustang every year.
That's correct.
That's what we stand for. That's what we want to do. So thanks for having me on.
I have one last question for you. Fall sports that you are supporting right now, of course, would be football, men's soccer, men and women's cross country. Am I missing anyone? Girls tennis, and of course, yeah, volleyball. My daughter played volleyball. So, and then of course, there's other activities like debate, forensics, the marching band, choir probably be gearing up for their fall concert. So all these things going on this fall, and the best way to support is to be in a seat cheering or rooting or listening to the concert.
Sure, and be a judge for forensics and debate, and there's many, many ways that you can be involved. And if you ever have a question of things that you could do specifically, you can always call Salina Central. You can look at the Salina Central website. We have a Booster Club tab. lots of information of how you can help or continue to help all Mustangs.
And I've got to say something. I was asked one year by a friend of my daughter's a couple years ago to be a judge for forensics. And I went in a little nervous. I absolutely had a blast. These kids, you could tell, have worked hard and getting their information and then stand up there and present themselves. And sometimes and they have to step outside themselves like in a comedy routine and do something totally off the wall. It was a blast. I would love to do it again. Best way, again, I say to support, whether it's Central or South or whatever school that your kids go to, is go to the events. Go to the fundraising event. And I want to see over 100 people at that dinner. And please, if you have a business, you have a home craft, call Deb, call the school and tell them you would like to offer something for the silent or the live auction. And Deb, again, I want to thank you for being here. And we enjoy your food that we for the game. I'm really proud of the win we got last week at St. Thomas Aquinas. Let's go for it. Let's go for win number 2.
You're right, beat Derby. Let's go, let's go.
All right, thank you, Deb. Welcome to week 4 of Salina Access TV Friday Night Football. We have Salina Central Mustangs hosting the Derby Panthers. Derby comes in after losing their first game to South at 6 seconds on the clock and won their next 2 games. So they come in here and they've kind of righted their ship. Coach Brandon Clark told me that that was a wake-up game for their players, and they have did not play very well against South. We'd love to have another crack at them, but they're going to have to wait till next year. And really coming here and not wanting to lose the 2 Salina teams in the same year. Central, in reverse, they lost their first 2 games of the year. Both of them just not good losses for them. But I know Mike, I talked to Mike last week or 2 weeks ago after that last loss against Newton and tried to give him some encouragement. They went up to Kansas City at St. Thomas Aquinas, beat St. Thomas Aquinas on their field. That was a fantastic win. They had a good week of practice. Central comes in completely healthy. Derby's got some issues. They are, I'm going to be -3. Derby's won the loss, but they've lost 3 starters. Number 6, Alex Knobloch, wide receiver. He's gone for the year. Number 24, Nathan Emmerich is a linebacker. He's going to miss 2 or 3 weeks. And then number 26, probably their biggest loss, is Tyler West, their senior running back. They might have him back for next week, if not week after for sure. But he is their number 1 running back, and that does hurt him a little bit. I asked Coach Clark, did that change his game plan? He said not one bit. I asked Central Coach Benoit if they had changed anything. No. They're just going to play sound gap defense and just try to get Derby off the field. And on offense, Derby wants to move the chains and keep Central's offense off the field. And we'll see at the start of the game.
People around you and officials. Parents, we are asking for your assistance in having your kids sit in the stands with you. There are no play areas here in Salina Stadium. Kids with balls and other items will be asked to give them to their parents or leave them in the cars. Thanks for your support.
And if they run around our camera, they're going to be asked to leave. Well, folks, here we go. Start of week 4. I'm expecting a good game. I really am expecting a good game. I think that win last week for Central, Dalton Peters is going to get that. He's not going to get to the 20. It was kind of an angled kick that he caught up near the 10. We do have a nice breeze blowing out of the south. And if that's as far as he can kick it with the wind in his back, I don't know if that wasn't a good kick for him or not. Central's got two guys who can really kick the ball.
Begin first and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
But we're going to start with Central with the ball. And he's going to do a JW ball here. Quarterback keeper. It's going to keep up over the 20. They're going to mark him up over the 21.
Was tackled by Caven Mark.
That's a pickup of 4. You'll take 4 on your first down.
4 yards on the play. The Mustangs will have 2nd and 6.
And now we're in the offset I. And whatever yardage, that was on Malik. He stiff armed one guy behind the back, behind the line of scrimmage. Got upfield for a 2-yard gain. Yeah, looking down, 3rd down and 4. Yeah, if he had not slipped his feet, he's going to get a lot more yards than that. Good pass rush. JW is going to keep it, and he's going to have enough for a first down.
JW Muldeater, the ball carrier.
As I've said in the first 2 games,
Tackle on the play by David
we've done of
Fullis.
Central. Their line is not as big as Central lines in the past, and they're a smaller but quicker bunch. Again, a good pass rush, and JW is going to be dropped back to at the 25, be a 4-yard. It's going to be about a 3-yard loss.
Stopped in the backfield by Chase Brandstetter and Caven Mark.
Central's line has got to give him time to get his feet set, survey, run through his reads. I wouldn't be surprised if they don't do some rollouts with him. Now just a flat handoff to Malik.
Malik Field, the ball
He's going to get up over the 30.
Tackled by Shane Fowler.
I was going to pick up of about 6 yards.
Gain is to the 31-yard line.
It'll be 3rd down and 7 from them. Oh, it's a short 8, folks. Long 7. You see he's in the offset I. They're blitzing the linebackers. I don't know if it was Malik or the fullback missed. They thought someone was coming through, and the linebacker did a delayed stunt blitz and got into JW's face, and this is going to force a punt.
The Mustangs will have 4th and 8.
I would like to see a nice sustained drive, and I know Mike would have too. Nice line drive. It's going to go out of bounds. The punter is number 16. J.W. Monitor is also the starting quarterback. I know what he's doing. He's not trying to kick it up in the air and allow that wind to kill it. So he was trying to kick a line drive, but just came off the side of his foot. It's going to be marked down at the, they got it at the 38. That was right about a 30-yard punt. You would like to have seen about 10 more yards than that. But there, of course, there's no return either. Quarterback keeper. It's that read option he has. You kind of fake a pitch to the outside man that's cut off tackle. This is the play that kind of hurt Central against, versus Newton.
4 yards on the play. The Panthers,
and if you got a good running quarterback, it's a very, very dangerous play. It's hard to defend. It's a quarterback keeper again, and he's going to be tackled for a loss.
Jeremy Dunham, the ball carrier.
Going to be a 1-yard loss back to the 41.
Tackled by Tanner Roble and Austin Wynn.
They're going to be a 3rd down and 7 from there. Now that's what you like to see. That was penetration that made that play. And anyone who's listened to me over the years know I preach and preach and preach that. I believe the best way to stop any offense is defensive penetration from your front 7, stopping it in the backfield, just like that play. He's going to look to throw it. And it's up, the tight end got behind the linebackers. He's already down inside the 20, down inside the 10. He's going to force out about the 9-yard line.
Pass is complete from Jeremy Dunham to DeAndre Goolsby.
Now, DeAndre Goolsby is 6'5", 225. Now, if you know that name, he had a family member, either their brother or a cousin, that played football for K-State and
Gain is down to the
Bill
Mustangs'
Snyder.
9-yard line. The
And this kid
Panthers
is
will
getting a
have
lot of
first and
Division I
goal.
looks. Official timeout right now. Ball kind of moved by the wind. It is being moved by the wind, folks. The umpire's going to have to hold it until the center can get his hand on it. Low snap. He's got to pick it up. He's got time. They're going to get him. They're going to get him.
Jeremy Dunham, the ball carrier. Tackled by Austin Wynn.
Let me see. Mr. Jeremy Dunham is a 6'1", 167 pounds.
Loss of 2 yards on the
You'd probably like to
play.
see a little more meat on that
Panthers will have
6'1"
second
frame.
and goal.
When you have someone thin like that, I remember my coaches always preach to the defense to hit them, pound them, because they don't have the muscle to protect them. It's going to be that quarterback
Dunham, the ball carrier.
option where he's got the up back he can pitch to. There wasn't much of a hole, and he turned it up. He would have been better off pitching it. They only had one guy on the outside. Officials timeout. Something wrong with the uniform with our helmet for number 42. And because of the safety feature,
The Panthers will have 3rd and goal.
so you have a replacement come out while they try to get that put together. All right, Central gave up one big play, but their defense has played well on these 2 snaps when Derby had first down and goal to goal from the 9-yard line. Okay, here again, quarterback keeper again, pitched, and he got tripped by, I believe, number 24.
Jeremy Dunham, the ball carrier. Tackled by Adrian Castelli.
And I think Nathan Emmerich, though, nope, excuse me, wrong person. That young man is
He
out.
down to the 7-yard line. The
Yep,
Panthers
Adrian
will have
Castelli,
4th and
number
goal.
24. They said name didn't give a number. They're going 4th down and goal. They're going for it. All right, they need to watch Mr. Goolsby. Because of that 6'5" height, he can go up and get it. Yep. Remember, folks, defense nobody can go in the neutral zone, offense or defense. Yep, on the defense. You're taught to watch the ball. And I know that just drives a defensive and a line coach just nuts, because there is absolutely no reason for you to give up when you're supposed to be watching the ball. There's no reason for you to be jumping. So now you got first down and goal to go from about the 3, maybe 3.5. Man in motion. Quarterback keeper, and he's leaned forward and got it.
Jeremy Dunham, the ball carrier, scoring a Panthers touchdown.
Nice hole there. He was hit about the 1-yard line, but all he had to do was stretch and lean in. Well, that was a nice drive by Derby. But I tell you what, folks, if you take away that long pass play to Goolsby, actually Central's defense played very well. It also didn't help that they had the 5-yard, give them a close play. That kick is good, so with 6:20 to go in the first quarter, you got to score Derby 7,
6
Salina
minutes,
Central
20
0.
seconds left in the first quarter and score.
As I was saying, you take away the long pass play to
Mustangs
Goolsby and the
0.
5-yard mark off for defensive encroachment. Central's defense played very well. They're just going to have to watch Mr.
Mustang
Goolby
fans,
coming
let's
out
line 'em up
across the
tonight.
middle.
Glow sticks are on sale at the Stang shop. Show your Mustang pride.
I don't know if they're going to want to rotate a safety over the top of him or just leave him one-on-one with the linebackers. But at 6'5", I think you need to have him one person underneath, one person over the top.
Cam Williamson
Well-
kicking off for the Panthers.
Well, the first series
Back deep for the Mustangs. Malik
for,
Fields, Dalton Peters.
for Central. They got a first down, but then sputtered. A quarterback sack kind of stopped them. And they gotta play good football. They gotta play mistake-free football. They're not the Central teams of old that has had all these powerhouse players in it, especially with this line. Okay, you see Dalton Peters again. He's not even going to get to the 15.
Dalton Peters returning the kickoff.
They're going to get some better blocking up front on those return.
Tackled by
Because Dalton, he's a sophomore, if I remember correctly, and he does have some speed to him.
Mustangs will begin 1st and 10 at their own 14-yard line.
Yeah, he's a sophomore, 5'6", 165 pounds. He's got some speed to him. Both him and Malik, and if you give him a seam, they can take it. There was a kind of a counter trap that blew up because of penetration. Dalton was hit just right after he got the ball. He didn't have a chance to do anything with it.
Jordan Hill.
I don't know if a lineman or a linebacker shot the gap on that. Let me see if I can see what number Mr. Hill is.
Loss of 4 yards.
Jordan Hill is number 70, so he's defensive lineman. So he must have shot the gap from the lineman that pulled to lead Dalton around. Central 2 weeks ago did not get a whole lot of. We got time. Central. Coach Mike Hall called that.
That's their first time out of the half.
They didn't 2 weeks ago against Newton. They were not getting a lot of yards inside. Most of their yards they got were on the outside and throwing the ball. And they really started working it when they were throwing the ball, these quick outs to the wide receivers and making the defense run from side to side. That's where you wear a defense out. Get them running from sideline to sideline. Turn it into a track meet. And that's where you got to be able to rotate your wide receivers so you have fresh wide receivers taking these guys down the field and wearing them out. Mike's done, back to the sideline. I'm sure he didn't want to burn a timeout like that early in the game, but he saw something he didn't like. And I know he was pointing down to something as he was walking out. I don't know if he was actually talking to the kids at that time or still talking to someone in his headset. One linebacker looked like he was going to blitz. It's a fake. One missed tackle. Going to mark him out. About the short of the 13, right at the 13-yard line. That's a pickup of about 9 yards, maybe, no, pickup of 8 yards. Make it
at the 18-yard line.
3rd down and 6
Mustangs
from
will
there.
have 3rd and 6.
That was a nice fake. Would like to have seen him get more yards. Nice one-handed catch. He's going to be tackled for a loss. It was a screen play.
Pass is complete to Michael McMullen.
And Mr. McMullen couldn't do anything with it.
Tackled by Travis Young.
Mr. McMullen is a sophomore, 5'10", 203-pound tight end, and the defender was right there.
Mustangs will have 4th and 9.
On the play before where JW did the bootleg around to the right, the wide receiver did not do a good job of selling. He actually stopped and allowed the defender to stay right there, but then took off. Oh, this kick is going to be out of bounds. From the 15-yard line. Marked out at the 27. Well, folks, if my math is correct, that's only a 12-yard punt.
Punt goes out of bounds at the 27-yard line. Panthers will take over 1st and 10.
And what field position? Derby's had good field position with both drives. This one, unbelievable position. Intercepted by Malik. He's still on his feet. On his up over the 30. We got a flag. We got a flag. Might be on a late hit or a spearing.
There's a penalty flag on the play.
We have a sideline warning against Salina Central.
Sideline warning.
Ball was intercepted. First down.
All right, first key mistake goes against Derby and Forest Central's favor. Now they got the ball at their 32, and that's going to be the best field position they've had now. This is the third drive.
32-yard line.
If you look down the sidelines, you can see the big wide white line. The players are supposed to be behind that white line. You can have like the head coach out there, but that's it. There you go. There you go. These quick outs were very effective against Newton 2 weeks ago. And I like to see him doing that, because if you start to suck up the cornerback, then all you got to do is a pump fake, and as the quarterback comes up, then your wide receiver goes deep, and as long as it's a good thrown ball, it should be a touchdown. Straight handoff, and there's a flag.
Tackled by Jordan Hill. There's a penalty flag on the play.
Gonna be a holding.
Holding 59. Need a captain.
They gave us a number. You're not supposed to give us a number in high school. You're supposed to say holding team. College and pros, they give numbers. So Mr. 59, who is Vince Johnson, who missed the first game of the year due to injury, senior, 6 foot, 280-pound offensive lineman.
10-yard penalty from the spot. Repeat, second down.
And instead of taking the tackle for a loss, which was about 3 or 4 yards, they're going to take that foul, spot foul, all the way back to the 22 and make it a second down and 22. And it's intercepted. It was underthrown, which is going to happen in this win. The ball was thrown to Cayman Kosel.
For the Panthers.
And in this kind of win, you got to put a little something extra when you're thrown into this win. And he didn't.
Panthers will take over first.
But Cayman, at that time, folks, your wide receiver has to become a defensive back and make sure that this doesn't happen. But as for being a punt, it's about a 33, 34-yard punt, which would have been the best punt so far by Central. We had a flag thrown by for a coach being on the field, probably.
There's no flag for the substitution infraction. Timeout was called by Salina Central.
Now, Central in the first quarter has burned 2 timeouts. That could very well hurt them. If not, they were going to take a 5-yard penalty for having an illegal substitution. What that means, folks, is you can only have 11 men in the huddle. And you have to, if someone's coming in, he can't run in the huddle and say, all right, 44, you're out. He's got to stand outside the huddle and yell for that number, 44, you're out, you're out, you're out. And then you go in. And I'm just saying 44 is a number, it's Tanner Robles' number, but you can't go in the huddle saying it like it used to be able to. It's called an illegal substitution, and teams were using that to try to throw off a defense as to what people were going to actually be in the huddle.
There are only 150 available. Head to the Stain Shop now and purchase this commemorative coin.
I hope you all enjoyed that interview we had with Deb Shetler, head of the Booster Club. Mr. Hall, our superintendent, was supposed to have been here and get an interview, but I don't know if he made it in time. We'll try to maybe get him after the game. All right, there's the quarterback pitch. Reed, it's on the ground, and it's picked up and fumbled, but Central's fell on it. But we got a flag on the ground too. And he might have thrown that to mark where the ball was, because he's supposed to throw a beanbag at the side of where a turnover is, like a fumble.
Illegal formation. Not enough man on the line of scrimmage against Derby. That penalty declined. There was a fumble on the play. It was recovered by Central. First down.
First down. See, I love it when an official will explain these things and talk these things through.
First and 10 at the Panthers' 44-yard line.
Now Central's got the ball in their territory, and they need to take this down the field and punch it in the end zone. I look for some more quick passes to the outfield. That's just a straight handoff to Malik.
Field, the ball carrier.
And he might be able to get a yard on the play.
Tackled by Chase Brandstetter and Bryce Mertz.
They're going to get him a
Gain of
1 yard on the play.
Mustangs will have 2nd and 9.
You got to get more on first down. And I'm just saying that with this line like it is, this time he had time to throw the ball. He's got a man open, but he's way out of bounds. And he took a hit. JW's up. Now, the problem is when you start to throw an angle to the wind, the wind's just going to take it and keep moving it in that direction. If you're going to throw into the wind, you're going to throw more straight into the wind, and you got to keep the nose of the ball a little bit down, not up, because it's going to pick it up, it's going to carry, and it's just going to take off. You got a 3rd down and 9. He's got a man open. Nope. That was Cayman Kozel.
All leaders pass intended for Cayman Kozel is incomplete.
Now, that's the problem now with incomplete passes. We need to get the wind on our back, or I think JW will do a little better job of passing the ball. But any kid that's grown up in Kansas throwing the ball, you hope by now has learned how to throw into the wind. But we've had very windless days for games here so far. This is the first windy day that we've had for a game. They blitzed, and he had to throw under duress, and there's going to be a flag. The pass is going to be incomplete to Casey Reyes, but he was kind of tackled by the defender. This is the third or fourth flag thrown by this official over here on the sideline.
Pass interference by the defense. That's a 15-yard penalty.
15-yard penalty. And it'll be a first down. I don't know if he's getting played by how many times he throws the flag or just a flat sum. But I think that's the 4th time I can count that he's thrown the flag. That's fine. As I tell you, folks, they're out there to keep the kids safe and to keep the game clean. It's a quick hitter to Dalton Peters.
Dalton Peters, the ball carrier.
And being he's not a big kid, I don't think he got back to about the line of scrimmage.
Tackled on the play by Jordan Hill and Noah Packard.
And they're going to say no game, be 2nd down and 10. Central's got to do better on first down. They got to do better on first down. It just keeps put you in long 2nd and 10, and they're going to. JW is just going to follow Malik. He faked to him, and there was 3 guys out there waiting for him. And see, this is what I said 2 weeks ago in the Hutch game. You got such a weapon in Malik Veal, you need to be using him. And you can do it in swing passes. You can do it in screens, quick pitches. There you go, just like that. Someone got him high and low.
Tackled by Travis Young and Kevin Mark.
And they're going to get a yard. Now you got 4th down and 1. Central's got to develop to be able to move the ball. Because if you don't start moving the ball and putting some points on the board, Derby's going to get the ball, and they're going to start scoring. Incomplete, went to the end zone. And I didn't really see anybody underneath that was open. I think they had Malik back over here in the flat, but I think he was covered. And it looked like everybody going deep was covered. My cameraman, James, blocked my view over here in the corner, so I couldn't see if there's anyone open there. He is a bit of a wide body, but so, you know.
Panthers will take over first and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
I'm the one with the microphone, so I get to do the talking. There's the quarterback. It's a foot race, folks. That's too much. That's the quarterback option. And that hole opened up. He didn't even have to fake pitch it. He just tucked it and took off. That's going to run all the way down to the 27-yard line. I just told you, if you're Central, you got to move the chains to put points on the board. Because Derby's going to score.
27-yard line. The Panthers will have first and 10.
This is the same play that they've had trouble with. The option play, that read option, off tackle, and Central struggled with it against Newton. Of course, those offenses are really dependent upon having a running quarterback. Here's a quarterback keeper again.
Jeremy Dunham, the ball carrier.
He's going to get back to the line of scrimmage, second down and 10 from there.
No gain on the play. The Panthers will have second and 10.
He gave it to the running back this time. No, he didn't. He kept it. Boy, I thought he had it for sure. Again, a rush for no gain. Now third down and 10 from there. Quintavian Hill.
The Panthers will have third and 10.
There's the Quintavian Hill is a senior, 5'11", 238-pound defensive lineman. He's got some speed to him. Only at 238 pounds, he's not going to be a big bull rusher type person. But I also remember, I think he's got some strength to him too. So there you go at the end of the first period with a score of Derby 7, Salina Central 0. Derby just had a nice long run by the quarterback all the way down to the 27-yard line, but they've had 2 plays in a row by the quarterback on the quarterback option. But it was the quarterback option more up the middle, not off tackle. Their success they've had against Central right now has been that quarterback option off tackle, where they take it to the outside. So I wouldn't be surprised to see that called in this next play. And I wouldn't be seeing down the road, that's called where then he gets out and tries to run it, and then he takes 2 steps back and throws the ball. I wouldn't surprised to see Brandon incorporate that into that play. But now Central has the wind at their back, and Derby's got the wind in their face. And the wind did cause trouble for J.W. Muldoner, the quarterback for Central. Hopefully it will cause trouble for Mr. Dunham, the quarterback for Derby.
Beginning the second quarter, the Panthers will have third and 10.
It's quarterback keeper, missed tackle, none missed tackle, 2 mixed tackles, 3 missed tackles. And Jeremy Dunham scored from the 27-yard line. Right up the gut, folks. Too many missed tackles. Central's defense is going to have to play better than that. You got to keep your head up and make a tackle. And that didn't happen. That did not happen. So in the first play of the second quarter, 11:54 in the second quarter. You got a score of Derby Central 0. And folks, that touchdown should not have happened. You got 3rd down and 10. There's no reason you should be able to give up the middle like that. And you had, I believe, 3, if not 4, missed tackles on that play. We don't have a replay issue this year, so those of you taping it, you can rewind and watch. Central really needs, being down 2 scores, really needs right now a drive, a score of any type. And if it's a score from the kick return. But you take away the fumble and interception on Derby, and we could be looking at a 21 or 28-0 game right now. At least a 21-0 game.
Tim Williamson kicking off for the Panthers. Back deep for the Mustangs, Malik Beal and Dalton Peters.
Well, this should be a little bit of a short kick because he's got a kick in the wind, and he does. In his 2 kickoffs he had to start were high. There's a high one. It's being, you see it died down. They switched Dalton and Malik on sides of the field because they were kicking to Dalton. So the young man kicked it to the other side back Dalton. They don't want to get the ball into Malik Beal's hand, and I wouldn't either.
Making the tackle for the Panthers was Kayman Mark.
Well, Derby missing their one of their starting wide receivers and running back. Sure hasn't hurt them so far. And they're missing a linebacker that hasn't hurt them either. There's a fake. Now it's a sprint. Now it's a sprint. And Malik Beal is going to get all the way up to the 48-yard line. But I believe that's a 23-yard carry. He came in motion from the right side, coming back across to the left. And the linebackers hesitated just enough to see if he got it or not, or if JW still had it. He was really 1 block away from taking it to the house. He just needed 1 block. The one wide receiver out here had his man locked up. He just needed 1 other person that was not there. There's a fake, and now a pass underneath. And that's a smart move by number 2, Casey Reyes. He got the ball and immediately turned upfield and got what he could. He only gets 3 yards, but he got the ball behind the line of scrimmage. I'd like to see him, get that ball about 1 yard or 2 on the other side of the line of scrimmage, and if the defense is playing off you that much, then you got another 3 or 4 yards on your run after the catch, or yards after catch. Oh, Kamen had it right there in his hands and out. I don't know if it was tipped by a defender. It looked like a nice pass, and the defenders had their hands up, so I can't tell if they might have tipped it, which just caused it to veer a little bit and not hit him right in the hands, may hit him in the arms. You can't tell from this far away. That would have been a nice pickup, folks, and that was actually a very nice thrown ball by JW. He's got time to throw it again, and he overthrew it.
Pass intended for Casey Reyes was incomplete.
That's just more, I think, more nerves and a little bit of the wind. He needs to settle down, get his feet underneath him, and play catch with the wide receiver. There's my friend Bird. And they're going to bring on the punt team. No reason to give Derby the ball at the 50-yard line. Now, since JW is your punter, he can also throw the ball since he's also the starting quarterback. Nice high kick. A high snap. There's going to be a flag right about the 26-yard line. And then we got one over there at the 23-yard line.
Punt goes out of bounds at the 26-yard line. There are penalty flags on the play.
The two officials are through the flag, going to talk to each other first. Then they'll go and talk to the referee, the white cap, man in charge. And usually they'll take the one that's further downfield. Now he's going to adjust his flag up to where the other one is at the 26. So they had the same call. If it's a holding or block of back, that's 10 yards of that. They'll take it down to the 16.
During the return, there's an illegal blocking back for the receiving team. 10-yard penalty, first down.
And that's going to take it down to the 16. And that's where Derby will start. This is their worst starting position of the game. Now Central's defense needs to take advantage of this right now. They need to force a 3 and out and make their punter punt into the win.
Panthers will begin first and 10 at their own 15-yard line.
Or maybe you can force another turnover. Okay, there was a kind of a, they had two men that pulled. I don't know if that's a guard tackle pull or if that's a guard man or wing pull, but they had two men pulling, leading that play around, and they only picked up 2 yards on the play.
3 yards on the play. The Panthers will have 2nd and 7.
Sometimes when you're doing that, you're hoping that the person pulling doesn't have a very quick defender who comes up and he can chase that down from behind. Oh, we got a guard move. That's 5 yards against Derby. That's what you want to see. That makes it a 3rd and about 13 yards.
Penalty moves the ball to the 13-yard line.
Well, folks, they saw something coming. Quarterback got into his, another nice play to, I think, Goolsby.
Pass complete to DeAndre Goolsby.
The tight end, and I don't know
On the play by Javon Hurst.
if he's not getting picked up by the linebackers, folks, or if he's supposed to be covered by a safety over the top. He's looking to run. He's rolling out. Mike Hall wanted folks, I just pulled a mind blank.
Jeremy Dunham with the quarterback scramble.
Because he didn't see a wide receiver in the area, but he was further down. But the ball wasn't really thrown in the general motion, general direction. He was throwing the ball away. Now Central holds, and then gives up a big play. They've got to stop giving up these big plays. All right. They got him. Tanner Roble blitzed, and Quintavian Hill, she had his blocker. And go drop all the way back to the 29-yard line.
Loss of 6 yards on the play.
Be 3rd down and 16.
3rd and 16.
Now they need to watch Mr. Goolsby. They got their safety up close to the line of scrimmage. They've only have one deep safety. Going to be a flag for too much time. Now it's going to be 3rd and 21. All right, that's 3 penalties. One on the punt return that cost them 10. Now they've had 2 5-yard penalties. One man, false start, and now too much time.
Panthers will have 3rd and 21.
Now, Derby's offense kind of sputtering a little bit, and Central needs to take advantage. They must Mr. Goolsby. He's going to be tackled. He's going to pick up maybe about 5 yards. Sorry, folks, I was watching Mr. Goolsby see what they were doing, and this time they had him top and bottom, and that's who the quarterback, Mr. Dunham, was looking for. Then he rolled out, hoping to catch somebody open, and there wasn't, and picks up 5 yards. So now they got 4th and 16 from the 29, and they're going to have to punt. And you got Malik Veal and Dalton Peters back to return the ball. Nice line drive kick. There's Malik. Nice fake. He's still on his feet. Going to be up over the 45. And folks, that was all him.
Punt was returned by Malik Veal.
There was a fumble, but Central fell on it.
Tackle on the play by
And now they will start
and Shane Fowler.
with the ball on their 46. You got 7:56 left on the clock. They need to make this a 1-score game. They need to go put this in the end zone.
Turned into the press box. Somebody left it in the restroom. So if you lost your iPhone, it is in the press box.
How did you lose an iPhone? JW did fake it, keeping it right up the middle. And he's going to have a first down down inside the 45-yard line down to the 43 of Derby. This time they had Derby's defense spread out. And he faked the handoff and he took off, and there was a huge hole. He was 1 block away from taking it to the house, folks. You got 1 man blocking for him. Again, he's going to keep it. He's going to get some yards down inside the 40. Look down to about the 38. That's going to be a pickup of 5 yards. That's okay if there's nobody open, and they're going to allow him to have those yards. Eventually, though, it's going to wear out your quarterback, and plus he's taking hits. The safety shot that and almost got the pass deflect.
Defending on the play was Alec Martin.
And I don't know if he got a hand on it and that's why he came and missed it or not. But I do like the play, folks. I really do. There you go. Catch out here. Cayman Coastal got it down to the 31-yard line. It's enough for a first down. It was a little behind him, but he was able to go down and grab it and make a nice catch.
The completion was good for a Mustangs first down.
He's back in the shotgun formation with 1 up back to help him block. He's got a man open. He overthrew him. That was Malik.
Pass intended for Malik Veal was incomplete.
Now remember, he's got the wind behind him, so he's got to take a little bit off the throw. He don't throw it like you would before. Malik's going to come out and get a breather. We're in 4 down territory, folks, so I'm not worried about that. That play was there. Got 2nd down and 10. It's a handoff. The fake handoff, and the JW is going to keep it around the left side. Going to take it down to the 26-yard line.
Defending on the play was Jordan Hammond and Alec Martin.
That's a pickup of 5 yards. Malik comes back in after taking a play breather.
On the play. Mustangs have 3rd and 5.
We got flag.
Dead ball. Full start on the offense. 5-yard penalty. Remains 3rd down.
I didn't see what happened because I didn't really see anybody move unless someone was already down into a 3-point stance and he lifted his hands, which you can't do. Once you put your hand on the ground, if you're a down lineman, you can't lift it. A tight end can. He's being rushed. Oh, there should be a late hit. There should be a late hit.
Ball was stopped in the backfield by Daniel Connor.
There should be a late hit on that. But they blitzed, and he immediately had to run for his life. And that's where JW has just got to learn to throw the ball away. You don't take a sack all the way back to the 48-yard line.
Mustangs will have 4th and long.
That's almost a 20-yard loss. Well, about 15 after the 5-yard penalty. You just can't do that. You got to throw the ball away. You got to throw the ball away. But folks, there should have been a penalty for a late hit on JW. He's already down when the kid came in and hit him. And you had the whole central sideline yelling for it. JW is going to punt.
Dead ball. Full start offense. 5-yard penalty. Remains 4th down.
Boy, these penalties are just starting to really hurt Central as they hurt Derby, not as much as they're hurting Central. Penalties and negative plays just stopped a nice drive Central had. And again, it's Central shooting themselves in the foot, being their own worst enemy. High snap. Better punt, better punt, better punt. It's going to go into the end zone. That's going to be a 53-yard punt, but as a net, it's only going to be 33 because it comes back to the 20-yard line.
Will take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
And I see Coach Mike Holloway immediately over and is talking to JW about a play. And they're continuing to talk, and they're going to get with the offense. And now it's defense turn. They need to do something now. This time it was a handoff to the running back.
Caleb Arnold, the ball carrier.
And he went around the left side. And let's see, Caleb Arnold is a senior, 6 foot, 205 pound defensive back and running back / maybe wing back. I didn't see where I was trying to watch the defense, how they were going to play this, and they're getting some penetration, shot some gaps in there again.
Caleb Arnold, the ball carrier.
Caleb Arnold, and they're just gouging the middle of this defense.
Tackled by Jacob Lyles.
And
Vance Johnson. He's down to the Mustangs 49.
Central's
Panthers have 1st and 10.
defensive coordinator was out pointing something.
Arnold, the ball carrier.
Arnold's not going to get anything there. He's at Central's 49-yard line.
Tackled on the play by Zane Heigl. No gain on the play. The Panthers will have 2nd and 9.
Great, that was good penetration. That was good penetration. And number 35, Jacob Lyles, came up and made a nice play.
For the Mustangs. Loss of 1 yard on the play. The Panthers will have 3rd and 11.
All right. Flag for too much time. He got the play call changed from the sideline, and then he was, the quarterback, Dunham was, they called timeout to offset that 5-yard penalty they were about to get. And he was looking on his playlist written on his on the armband. And usually what they do call a number, that's a formation, and now that formation, then you're allowed to go up and audible and make your call at the line of scrimmage. But doing that, if you're going to run your offense that way, you got to give enough time on the clock for your quarterback to get the play, get called out the formation, get up to the line, make your read, make a change if you have to, allow them time to make that change, and then get the ball snapped before the 25-second play clock runs out. Well,
After the timeout, the Panthers will have 3rd and 11 from the 50-yard line.
got 3rd down 11 from the 50. Central forced a punt on Derby's last series. Flag from the legal procedure, Derby.
Dead ball. Full start by the offense. 5-yard penalty. Still 3rd down.
I don't know, because this was very similar to the legal procedure called on Central's last series. If that was an offensive lineman who was down his 3-point stance and raised up to see it when they were calling the play. Yep, they are pulling. Ooh, missed tackle.
Caleb Arnold, the ball carrier.
Adrian Castile has got to keep his head up. The outside linebacker has got to keep his head up, because he dropped his head and the Derby running back was able to step right around him and get downfield and pick up 5 yards. That'll be 4th down and 6 from there.
Panthers will have 4th and 6.
If he would have had his head up, they would have got him for no gain or very little gain. Okay, he's changing the play. And he handed it off to the running back, and well, he's got more missed tackles. Down inside the 35-yard line.
Tackled by Tanner Roble and Vance Johnson. Gain is down to the 33-yard line. The Panthers will have 1st and 10.
I mean, the pants and the jerseys that they wear are slippery. I mean, they are slick. But you still got to be able to make a tackle. Quarterback keeper, off tackle.
Jeremy Dunham, the ball carrier.
He's going to have a 1st down just
Javon
inside,
Hurst.
outside the 20.
Gain is to the 21-yard line. Panthers will have 1st and 10.
You got 1st and 10 from there, folks, and you got 2:35 and counting on the clock. Central doesn't need to go into halftime down 3 scores. He's looking to throw the ball. He's being rushed. Touchdown.
Pass is complete to DeAndre Goolsby for a
And
Panthers
how could you
touchdown.
let the star tight end The man who's getting all Division I offers go uncovered down the middle of the field. There wasn't a linebacker underneath or a safety over the top. That was a defensive failure big time. Kick is good, but I think that the Central kid got a hand on it. Because I heard a thump real quick. Well, 2:26 left on the clock. You got to score Derby 21, Central 0. Not a nice way to have your homecoming go start. I can tell you right now, Mike's not going to be real happy with this.
Kicking off for the Panthers is Tim
Well, folks,
Kicking for the Mustangs is Blake
you got 2:26. You got one timeout. Clock stops when you get a first down or a play goes out of bounds. You got time to put this ball in the end zone. They kicked it to Dalton Peters again. Oh, he busted through. Lost his footing. Someone reached out and got a hand on his foot and tripped him up.
Making the tackle for the Panthers was Damian Avery.
If not, there's only two guys back, and they were both split, and I don't know if they could have got a stop on him.
First and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
They are definitely kicking the ball away from Malik. It's like a quasi rollout to the right. And a linebacker made sure.
Tackled by Jose Delgado.
Linebacker made sure that they. Derby called the timeout. Their second. They want to see if they can get the ball back with some time on the clock. They're betting on their defense can hold. Well, he was tackled for a loss. Pass blocking has been a problem for Central so far this year, and this is the third game I've covered for them, and it has been a problem. And this is something they've got to get fixed if they have any aspirations to have a winning season and or getting into the playoffs. Central needs a first down. They don't need to give the ball back with any time on the clock. And this is just going to be a keeper. And not going to be a good block by Malik Beal. He got there a little bit late. He's got to get up. Got there a little faster. The ball's out to 31. That stops the clock. Now that kind of helps Derby too. Now you got 3rd and 4, and you're definitely not in 4-down territory here. You don't want an incomplete pass stopping the clock, and then that means you're going to give the ball back. Now he's going to run it. He's going to have enough for a first. He just ran around, followed his back up into the hole, and pick up a first down. They got 3 wide receivers and a tight end split to the left. One man in motion that came across to the right. Throwing deep. Oh! Casey Reyes had it right in his hands and dropped it. And he dropped it, folks. Dropped it inside the 20-yard line.
Defending on the play was Daniel Connor.
That's kind of how Central's first half has gone with the offense.
Mustangs will have 2nd and 10.
We can throw again. Way overthrown and way out of bounds.
Pass intended for Cayman Casso, incomplete.
He needs to get his feet underneath him, folks. He's hurrying, rushing a little bit. He needs to get his feet underneath him. He underthrew the pass before that Casey dropped, because Casey had to come back to it, but he still should have made the catch. And this time he overthrew. He just got to relax, get his feet underneath him, get into a rhythm. There's the fumble. Central fell on it. Derby called a timeout.
Timeout, Derby. That's their 3rd and final timeout of the half.
And that's 4th down and 10, or 4th down and 14, excuse me. Should not have been. Casey should have had that catch. And they should have had a first down inside the 20. But when you have one of those nights where things not going your way, things like that happen. That's where you gotta have somebody. You really do. You really have to have somebody step up and
170 pounds.
Make a play. JW, they're looking for a return. They're not trying to block it. They said, "Ooh, nice high punt. They're really going to help out." Caught about the 19. There was a block in the back. Yep. Official on this side caught it inside the 30.
Tackled by Tanner Roble.
Tanner Roble and Malik Veal.
That was a 48-yard punt with the wind in his back. That was nice, folks. And you're going to have a penalty inside the 30. It's going to take it back inside the 20.
During the return, block in the back by the receiving team. 10-yard penalty for spot of the foul. First down.
And you know, you're trying to make a play out there, but if you can't see the face mask and you can't see the Mustang or the number on the front, you're told not to hit them. So, now that's going to hurt Derby. They got first and 10 with 1:19 on the clock and no timeouts. They burned their 2 timeouts with Central had the ball, trying to keep time on the clock so that they could have some time to do something with. They're going to have to do quick outs, enough for first downs and get up. Missed tackle, and he's going to have enough for a first down and get out of bounds to boot. Up over the 35.
Run out of bounds by Vance Johnson.
And Coach Hall wasn't really happy with that play from Central's defense.
Panthers will have first and 10 at their own 36-yard line.
All right, Central's got a hold. They don't need to go up, down 4. Oh, a missed tackle. And he's going to be tackled by
Pass complete to Shane Fowler.
Shane Fowler, and tackle was by Vance Johnson. He's a junior, 5'7", 151-pound defensive back. But that's way down the field, and you still got 1 minute and 1 second left on the clock, and Derby's knocking on your door again. I don't.
Panthers have first and 10 at the Mustangs.
All right, something was wrong with the yard marker. A quick throw to the outside, and it's going to be a touchdown. Central just didn't get anybody over there, and they had two guys out in front of them blocking. But you got a flag at about the 18-yard line. Holding, Derby. That will take the score off the board.
Holding on the offense, taking our penalty, we play first down.
This has been seems to be a good amount of penalties in this first half on both teams. Hasn't been very clean at all. Is a quarterback keeper. Wow, what a hole. What a hole. He's going to take the ball down inside the 10. Tackled by Veal. And you had a hole and a missed tackle that just. Central's defense right now is just being gouged. And it's the same play. An off tackle. And I don't know if they're just not adjusted to it or the players are not doing what they're asking them to do. Okay, that's a handoff to the running back. He's actually going to lose yardage back to about the 10-yard line or just outside the 10. And the reason I said that, folks, is the last two games I've had coaches from both Central and South finish it after this play. He's throwing the ball, touchdown. There's the Goolsby again, and they didn't have him covered. I mean, they're giving him too much space. I don't understand this. I really don't understand this. You got a guy that you know is their top threat. He's got D1 offers, and they're leaving him open. They're not. I don't understand. So with 8 seconds, folks, 8 seconds on the clock, you got to score a Derby 28, Central 0. And what I was saying before that play happened was I had a Central coach tell me 2 weeks ago and a South coach tell me last week that the kids are not doing what they're asking them to do on the field. Well, I don't understand that. I really don't. In my day, if you didn't do what the coach told you on the field, you found yourself on the bench. It didn't matter who your daddy was or your mom was and how much money they put in the booster club. If you weren't going to do what the coaches told you to do, your butt was on the bench. And I don't understand it. If that's the situation, I don't understand it. I really don't, because both coaches use the exact same words. These are 16-year-old kids, Stu. They're doing what they want to do. I was like, my day, if we did that, we ran until we puked. And we realize the whole team is running because of one person doing what they want to do. That person got to talk to. You don't do that anymore. It's going to be a short kick. It's going to go out of bounds. So the ball will be marked at 35. Central will have time for one play. You heard it, 35-yard line and first down. This has been kind of a frustrating year for me to call because, especially when watching Central, I'm not used to Central playing like this. I'm used to Central playing with more passion and more pride and doing better. Derby's only going to rush 3. He's going to kind of roll out to the right, crank it up and throw it. There's actually 1 second on the clock. That was Casey Reyes, and he was behind the defenders, but it just wasn't thrown far enough downfield. Or you got to throw it sooner. If that's the length of what he could throw a football, he's got to throw it sooner, because Casey had 2 steps on him, and if there'd been a nice accurate pass and he caught it, he would have scored. And I don't understand, when you're only rushing 3, how did you let a guy get behind you like that? They run a stunt, and JW is just going to roll around, and he's going to get tackled for a loss, so there's a sack. That was a play that wasn't going to go anywhere or do anything.
It's the end of the first half with the score. Derby Panthers 28, Salina Central Mustangs 0.
Welcome to the Maury Clinic halftime show. This is week 4. You have Central hosting Derby Panthers, and homecoming, and they're down 28-0. For the most part, Central has shot themselves in the foot repeatedly, and you can't do that against a Derby team. Basically, you can't do that against any high school team, but against Derby, one of the top-ranked 6A teams in the state, you can't do that. Central had one drive starting to go downfield. I thought they were going to score, and then a penalty, and then a negative play put them in a very long, tight position, and they weren't able to recover and had to turn over the ball. It's been that kind of a game. You take away Derby's 2 turnovers, an interception, and a fumble in the first quarter, we could be looking at a 35-0 or even higher. So, like I said, right before the end of the first half, in the second quarter ended, is that I'm not used to Central playing like this. I'm used to Central playing with a lot more passion and pride and playing better than this. It's a little bit shocking to me. I don't think it's too late this season. We all know their playoff. All they got to do is they can lose all 6 games and then win the last 3 games in district and still go to playoffs. Central's got time to turn this around, but they need to go in halftime, and they need to come out and make this a game here in the second half, and I know they can do it. And I'll see you at the start of the second half.
The Salina Central Vet Squad. For your halftime entertainment this year, the band will perform a contemporary pop music show. The opener tonight is a composition entitled Safety Dance. It will feature color guard, twirlers, and vet squad. Color guard members tonight are Perry Cox, Tatiana Ballard, Hannah French, Lenora Dyke, and Haley Holman. Twirlers are Molly Bradbury and Kylie Hemme. The conductor is Caitlin Spielman. Here's Safety Dance. The Mustang Pride Band is directed by Ben Rohr and Jake Montoya. Auxiliary instructor is Linda Steven. Percussion instructor is Dean Kranzler. The Mustang Pride Band received a superior rating from their appearance at the Hutch State Fair contest on September 10th. Color Guard and Twirlers also received a superior rating. They all did an awesome job. Let's hear it for the Central Band. Please join the drum line after the game under the bleachers for a post-game performance.
Good evening, and once again, thank you to the Mustang Marching Band. Thank you to the entire crowd for joining us for the 2013 Salina Central homecoming football game. This week, Salina Central High School has been an exciting place to attend. All week, students and staff have been participating in Spirit Week, including candidate voting, the decade-themed homecoming parade and pep rally, and a door decorating competition with their ELO classes. The excitement for these events has been greatly appreciated, and a big thank you goes out to everyone involved and to all the Mustangs who have made this school a great place to be this week. In just a few minutes, we will crown the 2013 Central High School Homecoming Queen. I would like to welcome our 2012 Homecoming Queen, Haley Hager, as she will be crowning tonight's winner. Welcome back, Haley. And now, help me in welcoming our 2013 Homecoming Queen candidates. Our first Queen candidate is Miranda Allen. Miranda is the daughter of Mike and Maria Batters and Mike and Grace Allen. She has been in student council since her freshman year, serving as secretary and this year as the vice president. She has also been involved in theater since her freshman year and served as secretary and historian for Troop 639. She is a part of the Free Spirit and has participated in the Vet Squad and cheerleading. Her favorite thing to do is to hang out with her best friend and sister, Alexis Allen. Miranda is interested in attending Kansas State University upon graduation and studying interior design. Miranda also hopes to try out for the KSU cheerleading team. Miranda this evening is escorted by homecoming prince John Claybaugh, who is representing homecoming queen candidate Tanner Roble. Tanner is the son of Quentin and Christine Roble. Tanner is a four-year letterman on the football team and is currently a football captain, National Honor Society vice president, and student council treasurer. Tanner also plays basketball and participates in the school Bible study. He plans to attend Kansas State University and major in engineering. Our second queen candidate is Emily Wood. Emily is the daughter of Brian and Julie Wood and the sister to Lindsay and Lauren. She is the president of National Honor Society, editor-in-chief of the school newspaper, and is captain of the basketball and volleyball teams. She also serves as an Excel tutor and is involved in her church youth group. Next year, she plans to attend the University of Nebraska and play on the women's basketball team. She intends to major in nutrition and exercise science and business management. Emily's escort tonight is homecoming prince Connor Martins, who is representing King candidate Barrett Koch. Barrett is the son of Bobby and Gina Koch. Barrett is a captain on the football team. Over the past 4 years, Barrett has been involved in choir, orchestra, and theater. Outside of school, Barrett enjoys learning and playing instruments and is very involved in his church. Barrett is undecided as far as college, but knows he wants to be a music teacher. Our next queen candidate is Maggie Unruh. Maggie is the daughter of Melissa Smith. Maggie has been a vet squad captain for the past 2 years and is a member of the varsity cheer squad as well. Outside of school, she dances and is a student teacher for first and second grade dance classes at the Salina Community Theater. Maggie has been dancing for 14 years. She enjoys spending time with family and friends. Maggie plans to attend Wichita State University to major in elementary education and minor in dance. Maggie is escorted by homecoming prince Colin Blackham, who is representing King candidate Malik Veal. Malik is the son of Raquel Franch. Malik has played varsity football since his freshman year and has lettered all 4 years. Malik enjoys playing with his younger cousins Ava, Gabe, and Shane, and he also enjoys playing Xbox. Malik's future plans include playing football at a 4-year college. Queen candidate Patty Dominguez. Patty is the daughter of Jose and Maria Dominguez and the sister to Natalie, Stephanie, and Alex. Patty is currently a reporter on the student publication staff and has been a boys soccer manager for the past 4 years. Patty has also been a part of the girls soccer team for the past 2 years and plans on playing this spring. In her free time, Patty likes spending time with her closest friends, Joe, John, and Tiara. Outside of school, Patty volunteers at the Presbyterian Manor, and in the future, Patty hopes to attend the University of Kansas. Patty is escorted by King candidate Trayton Hines. Trayton is the son of Carl and Annie Hines. Trayton has been a basketball player all 4 years and a football player his freshman and sophomore year. He is a member of the National Honor Society and has volunteered for many community service activities such as the Salvation Army, the Red Cross Blood Drive, and the Parks and Recreation Department. Outside of school, Trayton likes to hang out with friends. He plans to attend the University of Kansas and major in sports science. And our final Queen candidate is Tiana Leapers. Tiana is the daughter of Fred and Melanie Leapers. She has been a member of the Vet Squad since her junior year and is currently serving as Vet Squad captain. Tiana has also led her 3 years in soccer. Tiana has played on the girls' volleyball and basketball teams her freshman and sophomore years. And outside of school, Tiana is an active member of her youth group at her church. Tiana enjoys spending quality time with her family and friends. And after high school, Tiana plans to attend college and go into nursing and earn an APRN or become a physician's assistant. Tiana is escorted this evening by King candidate Max Kuhn. Max is the son of Mary Kay and Joe Kuhn. He is the older brother of Jack and Corbin. Max is an active member of St. Elizabeth Ann Seton Catholic Church. He has been involved in the Saline County Youth Rally for Life team, and in his spare time, Max mentors future Mustang basketball players and finds it a rewarding experience. Also, he works as a referee for youth sports at the YMCA. As a freshman, he was chosen as the boys class representative and played on both the basketball and football team. Currently, Max is a member of the Maroon Spirit Group. He is a proud member of the men's varsity basketball team, lettering as a sophomore and junior. Max is a die-hard Wildcat fan. Upon graduation, he plans to attend Kansas State University and major in either sports medicine or pre-law. Please join me in giving all the candidates a tremendous round of applause. At this time, we will announce the 2013 Homecoming Queen, and tomorrow night, the King will be crowned at the Homecoming Dance. Again, special thanks to 2012 Homecoming Queen Haley Hager for her assistance in crowning the Queen tonight. Your 2013 Salina Central Homecoming Queen is Tiana Leapers. Congratulations, Tiana. Let's have one more round of applause for all the candidates and everyone involved in 2013 Homecoming. Decades, every Mustang, every year. Tiana, a little birdie just told me that today is also your birthday. So happy birthday, Tiana Leapers, 2013 Salina Central Homecoming Queen.
Welcome to the second half of Salina Access Friday Night Football. We have Central hosting Derby, and they're down 28-0. And I hope too much time. 5-yard penalty on Central for too much time.
Kicking team, 5-yard penalty.
Wow.
Free kick.
Folks, that's the first time I've seen that one of those.
Kicking off for the Mustangs will be Tanner Roble.
Decades.
Deeper the
There's no
field,
reason for
Tim
that.
Williamson and Travis Young.
They're doing an onside kick. And Central had a shot at it, and they just missed it. They just missed it. And Derby was not fooled, even though they had their kickoff team out there. The whole front five were all good hands people. Tight ends, deep backs, wide receiver, running backs, all 80s, 20s, and lower. So they were all good hands type people. And it had a nice bounce. It skipped over the first Derby player from what I can remember here. And the Central had a chance, but it was just a little bit too high, and it came right down into the outside Derby player who did the smart thing, fell down with it. This time they handed off, and they had it.
Caleb Arnold,
They go home to a 1 yard loss, but I thought they were going to sack for a loss. They had it very well played.
Tackled by Tanner Roble.
They had pushed him back so he couldn't get to the outside, so he had to try to turn and go upfield, and there was nothing there for him.
1 yard on the play. The Panthers will have 2nd and 9.
All right, there's a quarterback keeper on that same play, and he's not going to get much.
Jeremy Dunham, the ball carrier.
He's going to get a yard up, down to the 44. Be 3rd down and 8.
Drew.
Jeremy Dunham is 6'1", like 167 pounds. I tell you, he doesn't have a lot of meat on him for being 6'1". Which means he has some quick feet. He's not a flat-out burner, but he's got some quick feet, and he has made some plays, and he has hurt Central with both his arms and his legs. Okay, that was just an old-fashioned option play to the left. He read and read and read. The guy came up, the Central defender came up, took away the pitch man. He cut back inside and will take it down to the 38-yard line, where he's going to be 2 yards short of a first, and they're going to go for it, 4th and 2. Defensive linemen need to watch the ball, not listen to a snap count. They're changing the play. Looking for a quick hitter, and they got DeAndre Goolsbay, who's made one man miss, another man miss, and ran over a third. And he has enough for a first down.
Tackled by Adrian Castelli.
That was an excellently called play by Derby. I mean, the kid's 6'5", so he's got wingspan. And it was just he just went down past line of scrimmage and came back towards the middle of the field. He's looking to throw it. Man open right down the middle of the field, and a touchdown.
Pass is complete from Dunham to Travis Young for a Panthers touchdown.
Wow, folks. Number 1, Travis Young, is 6'1", 191-pound. The position is D-back here, so he must be a backup wide receiver. And there was no one on him. Central's pass defense has broken down. They've left too many men wide open. I mean, wide open.
Prior to the snap, there's a false start. Offense, 5-yard penalty. Replay the try.
That's going to push him back 5 yards.
See you, Stu.
See you, Bird. I'll see you tomorrow. Hey, who are we playing? That's James Lambert. Went to school with me at K-Dub. Nickname was Bird. We have homecoming tomorrow. A lot of our friends not going to make it. Some will make it back, so we'll have a good time getting with the people who do make it back. Still good. All right, 5 yards didn't hurt him. So with 9:54 to go in the third period, you got a score of Derby 35, Central 0.
Mustang 0.
All right, well, Central did what Coach Hall did not want them to do. Let Derby take this ball on the opening drive of the second half, take it down the field and put it into the end zone, and did it relatively easy. And they have got to find some way they're going to stop this Derby offense. And the best way to do it is, one, keeping your offense on the field, eating up clock, putting points on the board, letting your defense rest. And then when your defense is on the field, at times when they've had success against this Derby offense is when they've made penetration into the offensive backfield and made plays behind the line of scrimmage and disrupt plays. I'm telling you, if you look at all the great defenses that ever was in college or pros, they were penetrating defenses that just ruled the line of scrimmage and made plays behind the line of scrimmage. And it all starts up front with that defensive line. They're going to kick it to Dalton again because they've been trying to keep it away from Malik. Oh, he's not even going to get to the. He got stopped right at the wedge.
Turning the kickoff for the Mustangs was Dalton Peters.
You know, you're taught to run into the wedge. You see, but if the wedge is and no one's moving and the wedge is standing there, you can't just run into the back of one of your blockers. That's one of my biggest pet peeves when I see a running back on offense run into the back of one of his blockers, and the blocker hasn't moved. He didn't like to step out in front of him or nothing. You got to have your eyes open, not have tunnel vision. You got to see where the hole is and make a move. Got Malik. Malik got it. Malik was in motion from the right side to the left side of the offense, and both times they've run that play with Malik, they've got positive yardage on it. That's a pickup of 6 yards. It'll be 2nd down and 4.
Gain of 6 yards on the play. The Mustangs will have 2nd and 4.
Again, man in motion. He fumbled it. JW fumbled it. Derby has it. JW faked the handoff to Malik, started to run with it, and it just popped out of his hands.
The play was recovered by Bryce Mertz.
No one hit him, folks. Absolutely nobody hit him. Well, that's just got to be frustrating as a coach when you get something drawn up like that and you have that happen.
Panthers will take over 1st and 10 at the Mustangs 15-yard line.
This could get ugly. I sure hope not. Nice read by the quarterback.
Jeremy Dunham, the ball carrier.
He kind of made one man miss, but the man who got him and kind of missed was able to trip him up enough that he was falling backwards until he just kind of lunged backwards to get what he could, but he took a hard hit because of it. The defense coordinator was telling the Central defense to adjust. There again, the keeper by the quarterback, who after he hands up, just took it straight up the field. Nothing really fancy, nothing. He just reads what's going on. Are the linebackers reacting to the running back? And he reads either a defensive end or a linebacker on that backside, and then he just runs behind the play of the running back that he faked it to, who was going to his left, and he just took it straight up. Now here's just a pure option. But instead of running, he's just sliding. As you notice that he wasn't running, he's sliding along the behind the line of scrimmage to make the read, and then he did the pitch. And that's going to be about half a yard short of a 1st down.
Short gain on the play. Panthers will have 4th and 1.
Now here's the thing, that when you line up in the shotgun, and if you haven't done a lot of lining up under center, you just can't go up the center and do a quarterback sneak. Your linebackers are going to know that something's coming. They're going to come right up on you. And the quarterback kept it and just dove.
Jeremy Dunham, the ball carrier.
Yeah, he still got the 1st down, even though he's starting 3 yards behind the line of scrimmage. And I don't understand why that play can't be stopped. But unless your line is getting handled at the line of scrimmage and they're not making penetration, that's what happens.
Gain is to the 4-yard line. Panthers will have 1st and goal.
They got 1st and goal from the 4. I don't think they need to pass it. They've been able to move the ball by running, and they did. They passed it.
Pass is complete to Luke Palmer, scoring a Panthers touchdown.
Wow. Well, folks, I'm looking for a Luke Palmer. See if I can get his name, because and Derby puts the first name first, so you just have to go by number instead of by alphabetic, and it's Luke Palmer. He's a senior, 5'9", 155-pound defensive back and wide receiver. And the kick is good. It was 6:56 left to go in the third period. You got a score of Derby 42, Central 0. I was really expecting more out of Central after going to St. Thomas Aquinas and beating St. Thomas Aquinas there on their field. And the reason I'm saying that is when you're a Catholic school, like Bishop Miege is, and like St. Thomas Aquinas, Sacred Heart, you're not confined by quote unquote school parameters or district parameters. They can go anywhere. The kids come anywhere, come play. So they can have kids who live outside, 20 miles outside of Wichita could come in and play, or 20 miles outside of Kansas City go in and play for you. And they can go out and recruit, they really do, and don't think that they don't. So for them to go, for Central going and beat St. Thomas Aquinas there at their field, well, I thought that would put some gas in their tank. They've come out flat and they have just not played well. Nice high kick to Dalton's going to catch it about the 3-yard line. He's actually going to get about 3 yards further than he got on his last kick. And he ran it to the wedge. This time there was a little bit of room to run, but there really wasn't a whole lot of clear blocking. And that's the one thing I think that has really suffered since Marvin Diener and Ken Stonebreaker left both Central and South programs is the special teams has not quite been the same. They were a very big part of both those teams, and I know both coaches would say that they're, all right, this is like a quarterback keeper all around the corner, JW. I think if he stayed outside that block that he got from Malik, he'd still be running. That ball's going to be carried all the way up to the 38-yard line. That is a 25-yard, I believe a 25-yard pickup.
It is out to the 38-yard line. First down, Mustangs.
They need to go put this ball in the end zone. He faked it and threw a quick hitch out to Cayman Kozo, who dropped it. And it was a pass, it was not a lateral.
Mustangs will have 2nd and 10.
Central's had a number of drop passes, especially a one in the first half, towards the very end of the first half, a very long pass by to Casey Reyes, where then they would have had the ball inside the 20. Instead, they ended up having to turn the ball over on a punt, and Derby went down with a minute and some seconds on the clock, no timeouts, and scored with 8 seconds on the clock. Here's another quarterback keeper by JW around the left side.
Aldiner to the ball carrier.
That's going to carry it up to the 42.
By Bryce Mertz.
And that's going to be a 3rd down and
also
a 6 from there.
Jose Delgado and Jordan Hill. Gain of 4 yards on the play. Mustangs will have 3rd and 6.
You got 3rd and 6 from there. And he's going to quarterback keeper. He started to the right. And he's going to get close to a first down because he was not down. He was on top of the Derby defender. He was on top of the Derby defender. They should have given him 1 more yard on that. It should have been close to a first down. It doesn't matter if you're on top of the Derby defender. You're not down till the knee is down.
Mustangs will have 4th
and I agree with Mike. He's got to do something. They've got to go for it here. They can't give the ball straight back to Derby. It's going to be close. I think he's got it.
Aldiner, the ball carrier.
If you look at the official on this side, I would say yes, he's got it. He's got it.
Tackled by Jose Delgado.
He's got it. First down.
And Bryce Mertz.
Okay, ball's up to short of the Central 49. And that was a quarterback keeper from the straight up the gut. All right, he's sacked. Came right around that left tackle.
Baldaner stopped in the backfield by Chase.
And the left tackle just let him go, and it was a speed rush. I watched it. I didn't see a rip move or anything or swim. It was just a speed rush, and the left tackle just did not get out and get a good block on him.
Mustangs will have 2nd and 15.
See, now you had a drive going. You had first down and 2 first downs, and now here you have a negative play. They can be drive killers. That was Dalton Peters, I believe.
Dalton Peters, the
ball
ball
take it up to the 49-yard line.
Tackled by Chase Brandstetter. Brings us to the 49-yard line.
Could be a long 9.
Mustangs will have 3rd and 9.
It's a long 9. They have got to get to just inside the 42-yard line. Okay, here it is, the quarterback keeper around that left side again. This time they were out there. He picked up yards, and he's over the 50. But he's going to be about 5 yards short of the first down.
By Damian Avery and Jose Delgado. Gain is down to the Panthers 47.
And here's where you need a dependable tight end who can just make the defense stay home down the middle of the field, which Derby has with DeAndre. Now you almost got that pistol going. You had 2, and he's going to be tackled for a loss. And I don't know why you'd call that play. And the reason I'm saying that is Derby's had a pass rush all night. We have not shown the ability to pass block. So you don't stay in these drop back passes. You need to roll out, and you need to do something that stops this pass rush. They kept the running back in. They had 2 running backs, but one went out into pass formation. See, a negative play stopped the drive. And this is not the 3rd drive Central's had that they were making first downs, moving the ball. They had a negative play, stop it. And they had 2 there. One on first down or second down, and then on 4th down. And Derby gets the ball on Central side of the 50. Quarterback keeper, missed tackle, and he's gone, but there's a flag, folks.
Caleb Arnold, the ball carrier, scoring a Panthers touchdown. There's a penalty flag on the play.
I can't tell you what it was, where he threw it, what he saw. Unless it was an illegal formation. It's going to be on Derby. Well, I tell you what. Legal motion. I'm going to move the ball back 5 yards to a Derby side of the 50. But because of that touchdown that was called back, we have a number of Central fans getting up and leaving the stands. And I've got to say this. The Central fans are not the Central fans of Owens. The Central fans of Owens, they stayed and they cheered and they rooted. You got too many fair weather fans here in the Central sideline right now. As a quarterback keeper, and he's not going to get anything.
Caleb Arnold, the ball carrier.
Looks like he actually lost a yard.
Tackled by Quintavian Hill. And Tanner Roble. No gain on the play.
All right, you got a 2nd down and 16.
Panthers will have 2nd and 15.
I was saying 15. But it looks more like 16 to me. I go with my initial deal of 16. All right, it's a quarterback option to the left. And this time, even though there was a little bit of a hole, initial hole, he's only going to pick up about 4 yards, maybe 5.
Tackled by Clint Ryan. Gain line is down to the Mustangs' 49-yard line.
It was the 49 where it'll be a
The Panthers
third
will
down
have
and
third
12.
and 12.
So they gave him 4. You don't mind giving it 4 when it's second down and 16. You know what? 8 or 10 more. Way overthrown pass, but he was actually starting to get a pass rush. Quintavious Hill got in and knocked him on his derriere.
Pass from Caleb Arnold was intended for Caleb Kelly. It
I
was
believe that.
incomplete. Defending on the play was Javon Burst.
I'm seeing a different number here.
4th and 12.
I'm trying to see what number he could be. Justin Gaddy, senior, 5'6", 220-pound defensive lineman, was in on that play. High kick. It's gonna be kind of at the 15, but get knocked back to the 13. Now, how can you catch the ball at the 15, get hit, and knock back to the 13? You should get forward possession, forward progress, excuse me, and that should be the 15. That's why I think you need a couple extra. You need another.
First and 10 at their own 13-yard line.
It should not be a 5-man team. It should be a 6-man team. That way you get a 2-man deep who can cover the sidelines. Because your sideline judge and your line judge have to try to get deep. And he's going to be tackled for a loss. Sacked back at the 8-yard line. I don't understand why Central keeps calling the same drop back play when they can't pass block. They need to do rollouts, sprint rollouts, get the ball to the outside. That's where they've had success. They haven't had a whole lot of success in drop back passing.
5 yards on the play.
Because the pass blocking's not been there.
2nd and 15.
For the 3rd game that I've seen, it's not been there. He's going to get sacked for a loss again. Now down to the 3. Well, you only have to hit yourself once in the thumb with the hammer and know that it hurts. You don't do it twice.
Baldaner stopped in the backfield by Bryce Mertz and Malik Brown.
I'm sorry, folks. There's a quarterback keeper, and they were waiting for it. That was 3rd down and 20. He's going to pick up about 2 yards, maybe 3. Make a 4th down and 17.
Tackled by Chase Branstetter for the
And the punter's going to be kicking from the end zone. And he's going to be kicking into the wind.
4th and 17.
Nope, he's not going to have to. The third quarter is getting ready to run out right there. Well, now they're going to be able to punt with the wind at their back. Well, third quarter.
Panthers 42.
You got Derby 42, Central 0. I was really hoping that Central would make a game of this and get a chance to put themselves back to 500 at 2-2. But the way they're playing right now and the way Derby is playing, they're going to end up being 1-3. You know, and in my opinion, and I'm going to share this with Mike, I guess I should say Coach Hall for those you don't know, Mike Hall, but this team is not playing with the same Central pride and passion I've seen Central teams play before. They've had Central teams that weren't quote-unquote highly gifted with athletes. They still played with pride and passion, and they won games because they came out with that pride and passion because they were a Salina Central football team, 6-time state champions. And they came out and played like that. I don't see this team playing like that. And that's where really, I think senior leadership has to really step up and and maybe just not even senior leadership, junior leadership. There's a nice return. Nice return for Derby. Too many missed tackles. He's going to be knocked out down by the 10-yard line. He caught that ball somewhere around about the 40, if I remember correctly, and he's going to take the ball all the way down to where the original line of scrimmage was, at the 12-yard line. So we're the return, and from, I think it was a gross punt of about 4 or 5 yards.
Panthers will begin 1st and 10 at the Mustangs' 12-yard line.
Let's see if Brandon has called off the big dogs and he's got the junior varsity in. I believe they've righted their ship after their opening loss to South, which Brandon told me they just did not play very well. There was a little bit of a kind of a broken play by Derby. All right, let me see. Mr. Sanders, Garrett. He's a sophomore wide receiver, running back, so I would say that we have the junior varsity in right now. And they lost a yard on that down. Central still has their starting defense in. Well, maybe they don't. I have to take that back. I'm seeing a lot of new numbers out there.
The ball carrier. Tackled by Clint Ryan.
Now, Clint Ryan's a starting linebacker, so they might have a mixture of starters.
No gain on the play. The Panthers,
yeah, they've got a mixture, and they've got some new numbers out there, folks. So Central's being wise and getting their second string and the JV in there and getting them some varsity time. That just helps you down the road this year and of course next year, but this helps you down the road this year. Because maybe one of these kids can step up and go the first string and make a difference.
Sanders, the ball carrier.
And then, well, the combination of first and second string defenders won out against the second string offense. In 3 plays, they lost 4 yards.
Loss of 2 yards.
So the field goal team has come in.
Panthers will have 4th and 13.
And I'm going to tell you, Brandon Clark's going to like this, the Derby coach. This gives his field goal team a chance to get out and play. I believe that was about a 32 or 33-yard field goal, which is good. And the reason I'm saying that is you don't know down the road when Derby's playing to get into playoffs, and then later on in the playoffs if they make the playoffs, which they should. That could very well be the difference as your field goal team having that experience. I have known high school coaches who had to score up and called a play to knew we're not going to make a first down, but because they wanted the field goal team to get some experience, getting ready for it into the year games for district and then into playoffs. So with 9:46 left to go in the 4th period, you got a score of Derby 45, Central 0. And I can tell you right now, Central does not want to leave that goose egg up on the clock, not on their homecoming. And I see actually little pooch kick. Malik's got it. Made one man miss. He's got some blockers. He's up, goes up over close to the 50. He was just really one block away from taking this.
Tackled by Shane Fowler. There's a penalty flag on the play.
I didn't see where the flag came down. Must have been right there at the plate. It might be a face mask. I still don't see where the flag is on the field.
Sideline interference against Derby. That's a 15-yard penalty. First down.
Sideline interference. That means someone on the sidelines, probably one of the coaches, actually interfered with the official running down. And that, if you interfere with the official, that's interfering with the game. That's a 15-yard penalty. Central's got the ball at the Derby 35. He does a nice screen from Malik. He's going to get down to about the 31.
Pass is complete to Malik Beal.
He should have got more yards out of that. They had one man. They're going to mark him down at the 30. They had one man down the block and needed one, not more, because one was there, but he actually turned around and see what was going on instead of going down the field and blocking. Now, there was a chance to get bigger yardage and it just didn't happen. He's looking to throw the ball. And it was underthrow that came in, although he had a step on the defender.
Pass intended for Cayman Paso is incomplete. Defending on the play was Miles Vincent. Mustangs will have 3rd and 5.
He's going to get tackled, and there's going to be a fumble. And this one came around from the right tackle. He did a play action. And folks, I just can't tell you enough times. They have not been able to pass block. And so why they keep calling this same play, I really do not know.
For the Mustangs.
And that's it. Loss back to the
loss of 6 yards on the play.
36.
Mustangs will have 4th and
so
11.
Instead of having, they went from 3rd and 5 to 4th and 11. You know, every time Central gets the ball, gets something going their way, gets them in good field position. Touchdown. Malik Beal. There's no way a JV second stringer is going to cover Malik Beal. And it's just not going to happen. This time they kept the back end to help block. They gave him enough time to get his feet set and make an accurate throw downfield. Kick is up and good, so with 8 minutes and 16 left, you got a score of Derby 45, Central 7. Well, at least there's no goose egg on the scoreboard. Now, your first team scored. I don't see you scoring 38 points in 8 minutes and 16 seconds. I say pull your starters. Put the JV in against their JV. Let your JV people get a chance to get some minutes, get some quality time. That makes you a better football team, again, down the road into this year and for next year. Because unless a miracle happens, you're not going to score 38 points in 8 minutes and 16 seconds. And I'm telling you right now, all across the front five for Derby are all good hands people. And then you got 4 about 15 yards behind them, 15 to 20 yards behind them, with 2 at very deep. And here we go with that onside kick from that deal right there. And it's going to be down to 48. And the onside kick, you got to get it to bounce. It has to bounce, and that did not bounce. You got to get it to bounce to have any chance at it. Because you can't just kick a straight shot, especially right at a defender. You try to kick it in between and get that bounce.
Panthers will begin 1st and 10 at their own 48-yard line.
I see a lot of the starters for Central back in the game still.
Taylor Davis, the ball carrier.
Derby's going to carry up to just over the 50 for a 2-yard pickup.
Adrian
If
Costelli
anyone
making the tackle on the play.
has watched since I've been calling these games since 2006, you know I'm
Panthers
aggressive
will
in
have
nature
2nd and 8.
when calling a game. But why take the chance of getting one of your starters hurt? Get your second string defense, give them a chance to play,
Taylor Davis,
let them
the
get
ball carrier.
some experience. It just makes you a better team down the road.
Tackled by Justin
One of the
Gaddy.
things that hurt Central this year was they had
Tanner
too many
Roble.
games last year where they couldn't get the JV in and get
Panthers
some
will have
experience.
3rd and 1.
And that hurts you. That really hurts you. All right, quarterback keeper, and he's going to not have. He's going to be stopped short of a first down. Matter of fact, he's going to lose a yard.
Daniel
He
Dowdy,
had
the
3rd
ball
and 1.
carrier.
That's going to be a 4th and 2.
Tackled by Tanner Roble. Loss of 1 yard on the play. Panthers will have 4th and 2.
4th and 2, and they're still going to go for it. They got their ball on Central side of the. They're trying to make someone jump, and a wide receiver jumped over here.
Hit ball. Full start on the offense.
A junior,
Penalty.
Ty Shook,
Still 4th down.
6'2", 156-pound wide receiver. Now here comes the punt team. They were trying to get Central to jump, and that's the reason why you want to get your JV time, getting playing time. Just for that reason. So they're used to being into a pressure situation, and they learn to deal with a pressure situation. Central setting up for a return. They did not rush any at all. And fair catch made at about the 24-yard line.
Punt is fair caught by Adrian Costelli for the Mustangs. They begin 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Well, you got 6:08 to go in this game. You're down by 38 points. Looks like they still got the starters in. Now, the only other thing I can think of is he's not happy with the way the offense has not had any rhythm, any consistency, and they're trying to get some now. And Cayman's open, and he's caught it. Going to be down inside the 35-yard line.
Davis pass is complete to Cayman
Down to the
Costelli.
33. And here comes the starting
Tackled by
defense.
Caleb Gash.
Here comes the starting defense.
Gain is down to the Panthers' 33-yard line. 1st and 10 Mustangs.
Low snap. He's going to have to run. And he's going to get tackled for a loss. First it was a low snap. Now there's a flag.
Aldaner was stopped in the backfield.
I don't know if it was
by
a late
Jordan
hit
Hill.
or a late hit by one of our guys because they were
play.
frustrated. There could be a late hit on the defense or a face mask on the defense. He's talking to a Derby guy, so first he talked to a Central guy. I don't know, it could be offsetting penalties. Wait and see. Personal foul, Derby. That's going to take it from where the spot of the foul was, 15 yards. Down to the 32.
After the play had ended, dead ball, personal foul on the defense. That's a 15-yard penalty, still first down.
Still first down.
Correction, that was a dead ball foul, second down.
All right,
Second down.
that's what I thought. Dead ball. There you go. I wasn't going to say anything. Be proven wrong. And there's going to be a tackle for a loss. Just too much penetration.
The ball carrier.
Central's line is just not. And that's, I would say, the difference
Tackled by Jordan
about
Hill.
this team against Central teams of old. And I'm talking about Central teams that played for Mike Hall.
Packer.
This line is just not blocking. You went from a second down and short now to third down and
Mustangs
6.
will have 3rd and 6 from the 29-yard line.
You had a second down and a 3. It was just a quick hitch and badly thrown ball by JW.
Pass was incomplete, intended for
So,
Casey Reyes.
one of Salina's finest is up here talking to the kids who are
Mustangs will have 4th and 6.
doing something over here in the corner like they should not be. And I don't know if they were throwing things over the one young lady just got did a smart move and got up and walked away from the ball. Let someone else get in trouble. All right, here he is going to throw a ball, and he's going to get tackled for a loss, and that's going to be it. That's going to be it.
Muldater was stopped in the backfield by Caven Mark.
JW upset, and I can understand. When you don't get chance to
Will take over 1st and 10
to
at
throw the ball.
34-yard line.
And I see some adults that were sitting up there with these young kids, and they're all being forced out. Good. When you got adults acting like kids, they should be shown the door.
Prior to the snap, there's a dead ball, false start on the offense, 5-yard penalty, still first down.
I still see starters out there on defense, and I don't understand that for Central. Why? Why take a chance to get one of them hurt, losing for a game or for the season? It's not worth it. Derby's got their second string in. Put your second string in, Coach Hall. Put your second string in. This is beyond the part of wanting to get them to play right. And a shot at linebacker who ran right past the running back.
Downey, the ball carrier.
You gotta, when you shoot, I'm gonna say it again, you gotta do it under control so you can react to the running back with the ball.
Also on the stop, Kyle True. Gain of 4 yards on the play. The Panthers will have 2nd and 11.
I hope this is the last series we see the starting defense in. Doing a quick hitch, make one man miss, and is going to get some positive yards up to, looks like about the 37.
Pass is complete to Caleb Kelly.
He's going to pick up about 5 yards on the play.
Tackled by Kyle True and Zane Heigl.
So now they're at a 3rd and 7.
Panthers will have 3rd and 7.
They only gave him a 4-yard pickup. He's not going to get anything. It was a handoff to the up back coming around to the right, but we got a flag. And I don't know if we have a holding or what here.
There's a penalty flag on the play.
Thrown by the sideline judge. Hold Derby. Well, that would take it. They're 3rd and 7. It'd be 4th and 7. And that would take them 10 yards further back and allow more time to go off the clock.
Holding by the offense. That penalty's declined. 4th down.
And that's a good choice. They're still 4th and 7, and you
Panthers will have
want
4th
time.
and 8.
If you're Central and you're thinking you can still score 38 points in 3 minutes and 11 seconds, sorry folks, the starter should have been out 5 minutes ago. As soon as they scored their touchdown, that's it. Setting up a return. Going to be flagged, because I think he called a fair catch.
Judge's fair caught by Adrian Castilli. The penalty flag on the play.
The only thing I think of is I still try to tackle him after he made the fair catch signal and caught the ball.
Dead ball. Personal foul for contact after the fair catch.
Yep.
On the kicking team.
Okay.
15-yard penalty. 1st down.
Dead ball. Illegal contact of the receiver after he made the fair catch, signal and catch. That's 15 yards. Now that's not going to make Coach Clark very happy, but his second string guys are in right now and they're going to make mistakes. And maybe even the third string guys. And Malik Veal's in there, and
Malik Veal, the ball carrier.
he didn't get anything.
Tackled by Daniel Connor.
So I'm going to totally disagree with Coach Hall and his coach's decision on this. And then it will really, if they would lose a player now to an injury, this would really backfire and kick him right in the rear. JW is going to keep it, hand it off like he was going to hand off to. But Malik's got to do a better job at carrying out the fake, and he did not do that, folks. He really did not do that. You have to do a better job at carrying out the ball fake.
Gain of 4 yards on the play. Mustangs will have 3rd and 6.
All right, looking to throw the ball. Quick hit to Kamen, and that's going to be caught down at the 38-yard line, and that's going to be right about the first down marker. That's going to be enough for a first. I think it's just, he marked it just over the 38. It is. Just over, it's going to first down. Clock stops long enough to move the chains. You got a minute 39. That will start right now.
Gain is down to the 38-yard line. 1st and 10 Mustangs.
He's looking to throw the ball. Incomplete. The ball was behind him, but JW had to make some adjustment because of the pass rush. Folks, that's the second string defense in there. And they're still getting a pass rush on JW against the first string offensive line. Again, they get penetration. And he's going to carry it inside the 35. It's going to be about a 3 yards pickup, maybe 4. A 3-yard pickup, and
changes down to the 34-yard line. Mustangs will have 3rd
sorry,
and
folks,
7.
I'm really just beside myself here. Okay, that's down to about 28-yard line. That should be enough for a first down.
Tackled by Miles Vincent.
Now they're going to mark him just a little bit short. It's going to be about the length of a football short.
Mustangs will have 4th and 1.
Should be a touchdown. It is.
Pass from J.W. Muldaner is complete to Cayman Casso.
And that's what those quick outs have sold. But they're not able to pull it off too when there's 14 seconds left in the game. Well, here's the extra point by Tanner. Kick is up and good, so with 14 seconds on the clock, you got a score of Derby 45, Central 14.
Score, Panthers 45, Mustangs 14.
Well, sure not the game I was expecting. I was expecting a really good game. The other producer, James Goverill, thought it was going to be a pretty good game too. But it's not turned out to be that way at all. It's turned out to be one-sided only. One-sided only. Well, are we going to see another onside kick? Okay. Again, spread out like he's going to kick deep, and he is going to kick it deep. He's going to get caught behind. It was if it was a toss to the man coming from the other return man on the other side, and that almost backfired right in their face. But that did take 7 seconds off the clock, so we have 2 footballs on the field right now, so the umpire's getting the loose one. Going to return it over to the ball boys. They got time for one play. They're going to hand it off to the man in motion, and it's going to run out the clock. And that's the game. The final score of Derby 45, Central 14.
Ball game. The final score: Derby Panthers 45, Salina Central Mustangs 14.
And I know Mike Qualley's got to be discouraged.
2013 homecoming festivities.
After winning the game at St. Thomas Aquinas like he did, to come back here and to lose like this to Derby, it's got to be extremely frustrating. Well, we'll see you with the post-game show, and if the coaches don't want to talk, at least I will talk. Welcome to the post-game show, week 4, Salina Access TV, Friday Night Football. Coach, it was homecoming for you. You hosted a 6A powerhouse, and as you were sharing with me for the game, it was probably the best team you faced in all your years of coaching here. It was a juggernaut, and they really just laid it out there. And as we were talking, you guys played hard, but you were up against just a far superior team.
Yeah, and we really played well for the first part of the first half, defensively especially. But we had too many, gave them too many short fields and put our defense, in a bad way too many times. And those last two scores right before the half, really cost us bad. Had we go in 14-0, or even the one big pass play that we dropped, we execute on that. Maybe it's a 14-7 game, and it's obviously a whole different ball game. But their defense is extremely fast and physical, and they really played well against us tonight.
I agree that the pass right down here would have put you right about the 10-yard, about the 18-yard line, and it was underthrown. He turned around and he should have had it, but you forced 2 turnovers in the first quarter. Not only that, when they did move the ball, they did it on big yards. You would hold a play or two and then give up the big play. Your defense did play. It just is little big plays that came up and bit them.
Yeah, and that's been kind of the story of our season so far. And I think our defense is getting considerably better. Over the last 2 weeks, we played way better than the first 2 weeks of the year. But it's one of those deals where we got to play, great for 4 downs to get off the field. We play really good on first and second down, then we get to third and we have a lapse, or that we let them convert, and then we just have to defend that many more plays. If we buckle down on third down and get off the field, it's going to be a different story for us.
And we talked about this earlier, a couple weeks ago. I talked with Coach Benoit. Your team, when you have the ball, you need to be mistake-free, and you need to be able to move the ball to help your defense, because you're not a big team, and you've said this in the paper. You're not a big team. And you would have a drive going, and then you'd have a negative play and a penalty knock you down. And that's what really kind of killed you in the first half.
Absolutely. The penalties and just the minus-yard plays, really cost us. We'd have we'd get 7 yards on first down, being 2nd and 3, and then we'd lose 4, and now it's 3rd and 7. We weren't meticulous enough in our drives to keep getting positive yardage, and we just had way too many plays for a loss, and that put us our offense in a bad way too.
And when you go up against a fast big team like you did with Newton, your offensive line had trouble on their pass blocking against this team, because they are just so big, so strong, and so fast. And like you said, your team is not as big.
Well, and that was, the frustrating part tonight is, we didn't run the ball effectively enough to set up our play action. Obviously, when those defensive linemen know and backers know that we're going to drop back to pass, they can kind of pin their ears back and come. And we didn't do a very good job protecting our quarterback at all tonight, and that's going to change.
I tell you, when he had time to set his feet, get in rhythm, and throw the ball, even against the wind, he was making accurate passes. But when he had to throw under duress, and that's where he was making the mistakes and underthrowing.
Well, and then a little bit later, we would have it protected, and he was just a little bit skittish just because he'd been hit so many times. And that's just, it's inexcusable. We had enough people to protect it. We just weren't protecting it. And like I said, that's going to get fixed.
Okay, you have a short week, and saying that you have Mays coming in here on Thursday, because we have 2 home games coming week here. I don't know what Mays has done tonight. Mays beat South and beat them quite handily towards the end of the game. So you've had some film you've probably seen on them so far. What do they look like?
Well, I know that they spread you out, and they've got really fast skill kids, and their tailbacks are a really good player, and they have a very good quarterback, some good wide receivers, and their defense is physical and comes downhill too.
Now, is this the same coach they had several years ago?
He's been there, I think, for 3 or 4 years now.
Okay, I met him like his first year, and he said that my hardest part, Mays was known as a baseball town, and he goes, I've got kids who can play, but they just really have never played football, but he's turned this around in a couple of years.
Well, it's a big school. They got lots of athletes to choose from, and they're tops in track every year. So they've got the athletes. It's a situation there where they've always had good football players, but now they're believing in what they do, and they're better because of it.
Are you going to try to find more ways to try to get the ball into Malik's hands? You tried a couple of screen passes because the blocking didn't help, but when he did get in the open, and that one play where he comes in motion from the right side, got positive yardage both times you ran it. So are you going to try to get him the ball more?
we always try to get it to him. You know, he's one of our best players, but you know, that's been the nice thing about our offense this far this season, is that we've got some different weapons that we can go to, and people can't really key on one individual. You know, they got to know where they're at. But that's what's been nice about our offense, you know, to this point, is the fact that we've been able to spread the ball around a little bit to, you know, to take advantage of what the defense can give us. And you know, that's what was frustrating a little bit tonight, is, you know, they were giving us a few things, and we dropped a couple passes that we shouldn't have. You know, we didn't stay on our blocks and execute it long enough. You know, even though we got a 7-yard gain, it could have been, you know, 70 if we stay on our block and continue to execute the play. But you know, I've got full confidence in our offense. I know we went against a really good defense tonight, and they kind of took, you know, a phase of our game away that made it pretty frustrating for our guys tonight.
The good thing is, though, you did put 2 touchdowns on the board, give you some momentum going into the next week. And if this offense get going, and you're right, I can think of about 5 plays you were 1 block away from either taking a distance or into a really big play, and that can just be, just like you said, holding that block that 1 split second longer. Yeah,
and I get confidence in our offense. You know, we've got a lot of playmakers on that side of the ball. That's why, you know, we're spreading the ball around and you know, throwing it to different people, letting our quarterback run, letting our tailbacks run, and you know, that's something we're going to continue to do, is to spread the ball around.
And a good thing, it's good to see Mr. Johnson, who missed the first game or two, and he's back. He's your right tackle, which you consider your strong side tackle, and that's the one you really like to run behind.
Yeah, most of the time. You know, our left tackle's just a sophomore, and he's been playing right tackle since Vince has been hurt. You know, the last 2 games, and has done an outstanding job. And he went back over to left tackle because Vince came back, and you know, Vince is still not 100% yet. And when he gets back to 100%, you know, I think our offense will be considerably better too.
Folks, the score of 45-14 might fool you. It was a hard-fought game. Coach corrected me on something before we were talking beforehand, and I'm going to say that Central played hard. But the thing I want to see is more cheering from the fans, and I'm putting this out to you, the Central fans. You need to get more behind this team, and you need to be there. And I want to see a good turnout for next week, and I want to see a vocal crowd for next week for Central. I really do. I want to see Central turn this around. I don't want to wait to the district. I want to see them turn this around and go into district on a roll. This has been Friday Night Football, and we'll see you next week.
My wife hears a big thump in the living room, and then they rushed me to the hospital. The doctor and the chaplain looked at my family and said, "We have a very sick man. He only has 5% chance of survival." I had a fibrillator/pacemaker put in, and the second time I went into surgery, they actually did 4 bypasses. The team at Salina Regional Health Center, it's amazing what they can do. Couldn't ask for anything better. I think it's a whole new perspective I have on life, thanks to Salina Regional. And it's ongoing. It's not going to stop next week. It's going to happen for the rest of my life. I hope to live another 20 years. But I can't live without those guys. I mean, they're watching my back. I don't know why I'm still here. You know, obviously the Lord has more things for me to accomplish. I mean, it's just good to be alive. Good to be alive.
The The friendly staff at Salina Sports Medicine Orthopedic Clinic, located at 523 South Santa Fe, are always welcoming new patients to serve in the areas of sports medicine, total joint care, and more. You can contact the office at 785-823-7213 or toll free at 1-866-406-4141.